Okay. Forex trading fundamental and technical analysis. Fundamental and technical analysis. Well, thank you very much for joining us again in this lesson. I believe you're gaining knowledge, you're understanding what is going on in these particular classes. We began by mentioning about this analysis that we will do. Now we're getting to the place where we are about to get into using the particular software that we have put in the platform that we have chosen, so that we can be able to see these particular things that we have been longing to see. So I will just go ahead and dive into this and say forex analysis is how the traders assess the next moves a currency pair is about to take, provide insights for taking a position, often by looking at the trading platform. Forex analysis is an essential practice for traders to make the best decisions in their daily trading routine. It's based on the fundamental and technical aspects of an asset or a currency. Fundamental analysis is based on the country's or company's economic situation and future prospects, whereas technical analysis focuses on previous price action, the repeat of well-known chart patterns, and other factors. So what we are saying now is that we have come to the place where we will now look practically at how a particular asset is assessed. We now have the platform. Hopefully you have the trading view, you have your MetaTrader, or you have your MetaTrader 5 or 4, whichever you choose to learn and use, because basically the things that are looked at in the analysis are all similar. It's only that the different trading platforms have a difference where the user interface is concerned, or where the particular tools are, but they are all there to check and do this analysis. So this analysis, we have broken down the analysis to two particular settings. There is the forex analysis in terms of fundamentals, and there's the forex analysis in terms of the technicals. Now the fundamentals, as we have explained there, and we have done this in the previous, I think, module 1. Yes, we mentioned in module 1, is that the fundamentals are now matters dealing with a particular country, the economic situation there, the future prospects, etc. Now the technical analysis we have mentioned here are chart patterns. We have talked about patterns and the things that will, what indications are we getting from the behavior, the trend, what trend is coming out and being portrayed by the particular pair that we are looking at, or the particular asset. Remember, the knowledge that you're getting in this course can be applied to other assets. It does not apply to forex trading only, or rather does not apply to currency trading only. The same knowledge that you're getting here, you can use the same knowledge to determine how an asset is going to be in the future. So the position that you are making here, when you do the analysis, when we understand how to do this analysis, that analysis is helping you for forex, currency changes and trading. And it's also going to help you where that other asset is concerned. You can use this information to determine where the gold price will be. We will look at this particular different things that are checked out in analysis. I want to begin by focusing on technical, okay, because okay, we can start. There are people who prefer to start with technical. There are people who prefer to start with the fundamental analysis. But I prefer we start with the technical analysis. The technical analysis, or rather technical analysis, is a method of identifying trading opportunities that relies on reading price charts. So what you're going to be dealing with constantly, what you're going to be dealing with, day in, day out, is checking out price action, checking out how price moved within a particular time. And this is one of the things you're going to see in the platform, that in your trading platform, you're able to switch between the time. You're able to look at how it was behaving, in a week, in a day, in a particular 4-hour session, in an hour, in 30 minutes. So you're going to start looking, and we're going to deal with the candles, because that's the next thing. We're going to deal with candles in the next session, so that you understand how we determine the price change and the price movement of the various time frames that we choose. So it is okay for me to just alert you that now we're getting technical. We're getting into the and it's not, you should not be intimidated. It's not difficult. It's not very detailed stuff, but it's stuff that has charts and indicators. Okay, technical traders use charts to determine the future direction of a market, as well as possible entry and exit points for each position taken in a trade. It involves looking at historical price movements and candles. They are the candles we talked about. Graphs and patterns to identify market trends and make informed trading decisions. It also involves displaying indicators to look at price, volatility, trend, and other factors. So what we're going to be dealing with when you talk about technical analysis is charts. The charts of the price movement of the various assets. Whatever thing you're checking, whatever thing you have chosen, it could be a major pair, a minor pair, whatever you have chosen across the board in terms of assets. That asset, we want to look at it in charts. We want to look at the technical part of how it has moved, how the price has moved. Is it on a trend? Is it going up? Is it the bulls taking it because it's the particular base is becoming stronger, or is it the bears because it's becoming weaker? We said when a particular asset, the base quote, the base versus the quote, when it's becoming weaker, it's the bears who have it. We as traders, don't forget, and we dealt with this the other day. We said that traders do not tie themselves to a particular direction. They make money when the market is bullish. They make money when the market is bearish. It is bullish when you're buying, when you're saying this currency will become better, so you're buying. Those are the bulls. And we also make money when the same currency could be going down, as long as we predict the direction it's going, as long as we check technically and determine that this is the direction it will be going. So we become bears and we become bearish. That's what it is. You become bearish on a certain asset and say it's going to go down, it's going to get cheaper, it's going to get weaker. So you go ahead and sell it. You don't hold it now at that time. You sell it. You're buying the opposite of it so that you can capitalize on that weakening, that it's weakening. So I just wanted to throw that in. That technically what you're checking is price action. You're looking at future direction of a market, and you're looking for entry points. At what point should I now declare that I am a bear? At what point should I declare that I want to, I want to sell this asset because I know it's going to go down? Because you don't want to sell only for it to begin to become stronger. Okay, the entry point. This is some of the things we do in analysis. You're checking at what point do I access the market? Because if you access the market at the wrong time, then you lose. You don't access when it has lost momentum, when it is about to change, and then now you start, waiting and you start losing. You access when it has now begun to lift, or you access when it has begun to drop. So you have to check out using those charts and that technical knowledge that you are going to get in the next couple of classes, so that you'll be able to determine at what point you can enter. You'll be able to look at those candles. You'll be able to look at those patterns. What usually happens, so that you can predict what is about to take place. And that's how you make the money, by making the right predictions, moving in at the right time, and eventually you get to make a good. They're called moves. When you make a good move, that's what happens. It's not gambling, and I have said it again. Please understand that Forex trading is not gambling. It can have the issue of probability, but it is not a gamble, because you're technically studying previous patterns. How does it usually, what has been happening? And at this point, when these kind of things happen, when you see this pattern, what does this pattern usually indicate? It indicates this is what is happening. The bears are stronger and they are about to lose, and now the bulls are trying, and now this means that the bulls, when I see this pattern, it means this. So you have to read so many, you have to look at so many patterns, memorize some of them, visualize, keep looking at various patterns, and then that's where the skill is now. The skill is on identifying. There are people who will look at a certain market like this, a chart. That chart will tell them, aha, I have seen this. This means the ABCD. So that's how we want you to be. We want you to be the kind of person who can technically look at the pattern, look at the candles, look at the graph, and determine what is about to transpire. And when you identify correctly, you are in the money, like we say it. You are in the moolah. So Forex analysis also has the issue of fundamentals. Fundamental analysis is the other main part of the analysis done to increase the probability of a trader to determine the market direction of an asset. You remember we talked about where we get this fundamental information. We said that information comes from various things. There are many factors to consider when or before placing a trade, but their changes come in at expected times and form our picture on what that current trend will be. Some of them will include this below. So these are some of the fundamental factors that are announced usually on a monthly basis. I think basically some of them are monthly, some of them there are some that take a while before they're announced, but these are a few that we've picked out. Employment status news of a country and unemployment claims, purchasing managers reports, etc. And we talked about all this in module 1. Now I want you to go to Forex Factory and check them out, because we said that that's one of the most reliable sources of this information. When you notice that a country has a bank holiday, like today when I'm doing this recording, it happens to be Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. For those of our students who are in the US, you are having your holiday. So that information should be there for everyone in the whole world. If Japan is having a bank holiday, it is there. It is clear for us, so that we're able to know that the yen may not be too volatile, or any other currency respectively. So that's important for us to now know that we have to get engaged with the fundamental factors. We have to know something about or rather know what's happening before it happens. These announcements. This week I'm reminded also we have the Davos happening. Davos is an international monetary conference. There are some announcements that will come from there. That information comes over to the net. We have stations like Bloomberg who consistently announce things there. So we're able to know what's going on and what is likely to be affected. So fundamental analysis information sources are various. There are many, and we can get this information from platforms like TradingView also, because that software has that option of getting to see what is being announced and how it's announced. But we have consistently encouraged you to depend on Forex Factory, because it's simple. It has a simple interface. You can view, you can check the detail of an announcement, and you will be home and dry. So this is not a very long session. The practicals are what are going to be longer. After you tour Forex Factory, you're going to go ahead and get into the trading platform itself, so that you will be ready for where we are about to go. We are about to get into candles. We are about to get into indicators. We're about to get into some of those indicators which tell you whether this is an uptrend or it's a downtrend. The ones which tell you whether it's about to switch from an uptrend to a downtrend, so that you know the position that you should take. So watch out for the effects of these fundamental factors that we've mentioned, and see if they are creating a trend on the market pair related. Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? Okay, so that's how the technical and the fundamentals come into play, because each affects the other. The people who make announcements, the fundamental announcements, some of them they make the announcement based on what has been happening in the technical. So they will look at a certain thing that has been happening, and then they will come and make an announcement and say, because this is where the currency has been, and this is how the economy has been, those are technicals, we are now announcing this as a fundamental. So they make a fundamental announcement which affects the technical. The moment they make the announcement, the technical is affected. Sometimes it shoots up, sometimes it goes down. And there are people whose strategy is trading. In fact, I should say this. I have seen, and more probably you have seen people who will tell you that they have made thousands of dollars within minutes, and you wonder, how do they do it? This is what they do. They trade news. Okay, it's a very risky thing. Personally, I don't trade news, but there are people who trade news. What they do is they find out as much detail as they can, and they bet on a certain direction that the market will go after the news is made. So they wait for the news to be made. Okay, they wait for the fundamental, and the moment the fundamental news is made, pop, their position is already. You see, you have to place your position earlier. So they have placed their position probably a few minutes earlier, according to what they were predicting, and then they wait for the price to move from where it is to where they had predicted that it would go or higher. So they will make a lot of money at once. But hold on, that's the same way they can lose all their money at once. That's why personally I don't trade news. There are people who have the energies, okay, to do that. Count me out. As far as my strategies are concerned, right now I trade when the market is not being affected by those sudden things. So the technicals will be about understanding how the fundamental announcements come into play, when they come into play, and how that information can make you money, because we're here to make money. So I think those are the main things here in the fundamental and technical. Get ready so that we can begin the actual bit of dealing with the particular technicals. That will be, we start with candles, and that will be a good thing. So I hope your trading platform is already installed in your gadget, so that we can look at those technicals and start with candles. Thank you.